Hello, my name is Chika, and welcome to my platform. Here is a quick one, a quick challenge lab on building a static website using Amazon S3 Bucket. So, in this challenge, we shall be looking at building a static website using Amazon S3. So, I have to walk you through on this video. So, as highlighted, build a static website and implement architectural best practices to protect and manage your data. After this lab, we should be able to host a static website using Amazon S3, implement one way to protect data using Amazon S3, implement a data lifecycle strategy, implement disaster recovery through replication. So here is what we are expected to be the outcome. Have S3 bucket in two different regions. So while at it, we have to walk through. While walking through these instructions, we are waiting for the lab to be properly set. I have to download the zip file that I'll be using for this website. That's the content I'll be uploading into the S3 bucket. So I'm just waiting for my lab to set up. It's properly set up. So I have to open my AWS Management Console. We are waiting for the Management Console to load well. While at it, I have to open the console in another window so I can have a clean setup for my work. So my workspace is ready. Permit me to use the word workspace. So I am already in AWS Management Console. So the instructions say that I should create a bucket in a particular region. So while creating a bucket or anything you're doing, you have to check out the region you are doing it. AWS services are available in different regions. Though some services are not available in some region based on some reason, but that doesn't mean that you can't be able to access it. So while choosing the region, you have to put so many things into consideration, which this video is not actually designed for. So while at it, we have to go to buckets, create bucket. While creating this bucket, you will notice that I had to go back and change the bucket name over and over up to 3 different times. Why was that? Bucket name is meant to be unique. It's meant to be unique. So it's not some because AWS Bucket is more like a global service, it's regional. The name is unique. If it's not unique, you will not be able to create a bucket. It's more like having a website, two people sharing the same website name. There'll be conflict. So while creating the bucket, I had to work with instructions given. So while working on your customer's account, you have to know what is expected. It will guide you to be able to get or achieve what you want. So you notice that I have to change the bucket name till I'm able to get the one that some other person somewhere has not already used. The name must be unique globally. So it's not a question of this is account my account. Another person will go and use the same name in a different account. No, it has to be unique. Here, I've tried two different names, but someone somewhere whose brain is working like my own has already used it, which I do not find so funny. But what's the rush for? So, why at it? We have to keep trying till we're able to get a unique name. I think is this last time that I'm able to get it. CK Web Bucket, CK Cafe Bucket. So after that, my bucket is ready. You know why I had to take this block public access? Because it's a website, so the public can be able to access it. You know, in AWS, we best security practices is adopted. S3 is not designed for public access, so you have to do so many things, even set up a policy before a public can be able to access it, and they must access it with a given link. I have to enable static website hosting. That's the first step. If I do not enable it, no matter what I do, no matter the policy I set, nobody will be able to view my website. So I have to enable it. And one thing you notice that in the course of this video is that you understand that even with enabling this website, still I have to set a policy to back it up before the public can be able to access it. So he said in a separate browser, I should open the website. It's called endpoint link. So, but before then, I have to upload files to the bucket. I have to upload files to my bucket because if I not upload any file, it will be empty. No, the file I downloaded, I have to upload it for my customers to viewers to see. You can upload pictures, you can upload videos, you can upload HTML file. In this lab, we uploaded images and HTML file. creating a bucket policy to grant public access. So it took a while for the media I intend uploading to successfully upload. While waiting for it to upload, I had to set up the policy that I will use for the bucket. So you can feel free to pause the video to be able to read through instructions. So I'm trying to buy time while waiting for my media to successfully upload. I'm buying time here. You see my policy is ready. Creating S3 bucket to grant public access. So most of the policies that you need are available in AWS documentation. So you know the policy you need, you edit it to suit your requirements, to fit into your business goals or your service goals, whatever you want. Design it, you customize it to fit into your expectation. So right now, our media has successfully uploaded. I have to close it, go back to properties. From properties, I'm expected to view the endpoint link, which will take me to the website. You see, even with websites enabled, I'm not able to view it. Why? Because I've not set a policy to pack it up. So right now, I am going back to set a policy. You go back to permissions, then you'll be able to see from permission, be able to see bucket policy. You click on edit and paste your policy. Or you can select a statement that fits into your policy. Remember, the statements are customized, so you have to edit it to a generic, you have to edit it to fit in here. I have to enter my bucket name CK Cafe Bucket. After that, you save, and then someone somewhere can be able to view it. Look at it. I have to refresh it. You see, voila, my cafe website is ready for public view. And then we have to move to the next task, enabling versioning. So what's the function of versioning? Versioning is there to provide extra security to the bucket. You know, sometimes you can mistakenly delete something. Maybe you're overwhelmed, you mistakenly delete something. So this bucket versioning, when enabled, will help you. So when you delete it, it will not entirely go out from your system. You get. Instead, it will be there when you upload another one. The main point is to avoid overwrites. You get. Someone can upload something that has already been uploaded without being conscious of it, in as much as it's only you that is using it. See, now I'm trying to upload another media because I've edited it. After editing it, I have to change what are they calling it? The color. I want to change it to look in a different way. After editing, making one or two changes, I upload it. So as I uploaded this one, because I enabled versioning, it didn't go to overwrite the older one. No, it captured the new one and reset my website to fit into the new one. But the old one is there, just that it's not in use. So peradventure, after making this upload or making these changes, and I discovered there's something I need in the old one, I have to go back and restore it. So that's the essence of versioning. Then after the versioning, we have to move to the next step whereby we minimize cost. So in that process, we use the life cycle management. I'm trying to edit. There's something I'm doing it so that I'm just making the video so that you follow me to see what I'm doing. And I've after editing, I saved it. After saving it, I have to go back to my bucket objects. In the objects, I uploaded the latest or the edited copy. So it's an index file. It's a HTML file. So I have to upload it. Sorry, I am human. I'm human. So one thing about this is that some of those services can be automated. You just use the SDK or CLI to run your command. You notice the difference. Do you notice something? Look at this color now. This is the old color. The old capture it, keep it on your head. I have to paste it. You will see the new one now. Do you see? There is a difference between this one and the other one based on color. There's color difference. Do you see it? Do you see it? Interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. So I have to make the version visible by selecting this show version here. If I did not show it, you'll not be able to know. And while at it, it's good to at least click it so that you know whether the version is active or not active. It's good you know that it's giving you cost. So in order to optimize cost or minimize cost, you have to use a life cycle policy, optimize cost of Amazon S3 object storage. So here, task 6 is setting life cycle policies. So I have to set it that after 30 days, the previous versions that are not in use will stay in S3 standard infrequent access after 30 days. And then after 365 days, it will move to delete. This is what I have to, the instructions say I should set two policies. So that's the first one. Move non-current version of objects between storage classes. Standard infrequent access, 30 days. 30 days. All other non-current version move to infrequent as standard infrequent access. And here I have to, I'm setting it to apply to all objects in this bucket. You understand? I'm setting it to apply to all objects. We have to minimize cost as much as possible. Just check out my spelling. Policy. Wow, that's a clean word. So I have to set it to permanently delete non-current version. Any version that is not in use after 365 days should be deleted. Then after 30 days, it should move to infrequent access. So our policy is ready. This video would take you a long time, but I have to make it very fast because I've actually mastered the act. You understand? And if you're doing it for the first time, relax. With time, you will learn it. So right now, I'm expected to enable cross-region replication to my S3 for my buckets. I have to create another S3 bucket in another region. You notice I had to select another region, Ohio, previously from the region I created the first bucket in. So here I have to use a different name. How do I do it? I have to CK Cafe Bucket 2. And why at it, instead of going to start inputting information all over again, I have to use the information I've already used in CK Cafe Bucket. And hola, my second bucket is ready to use. So it's not difficult per se, but I'll urge you to understand that it takes time. It's not something that you just wake up and do in one day. No, it doesn't happen in a day. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes process. It takes time. So it should be good you practice. You practice with practice. You get it into you. It's become part of you. So I've created the bucket. Bucket is created. So the next thing is to go and create a replication rule, and you have to do that by going to, so now we have to store with two buckets. So I have to go to the first bucket, which will be my source, and head on to management. There I will see replication rule, and I click on create replication rule. So I have to select enable and give my replication rule a name. It must not be globally unique as bucket name, you understand? So I named it CK Cafe replica. So choose, you remember the source is my first bucket and the destination is the second bucket I created. So I have to browse, search for it, select it. Voila, most of my job is done. I'm not creating a new row because I'm working with an already created row. In that row, I will have to set up instructions that will be used for it to function perfectly. Take your time, feel free to go through this, but selecting anything here is optional. So you're good to go and you save it. I want it to replicate existing objects, you get. Though it will not work in this lab. Why? Because I am restricted to the number of services I can use. I'm not a root user here. Even if oh yes I am, but I have restriction because of the platform I'm working with. So most of the job is done. Hola! Most of the job is done, and I want to use this medium to thank you for watching this video. Remember that you wouldn't, so this is the instruction that effect those policy above there is the instruction that is contained in Cafe Pro. So thank you for watching, and feel free to pause the video to watch at your own pace. And I made it in such a way that you can be able to understand it for someone that is starting, for someone that is new. Remember, consistency will help you build it. It's not something you master overnight. Okay. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful time. Never you see any of this act as magic. It takes series of practice. to come up with. So we've successfully created a static website for my cafe company, and implementing so many best practices for security, best practices for it. So thank you. Bye bye.